Hello everybody, I am here with some more Amnesia the Dark Descent. Where I left off, this was blocking our way. Can't be torn by hands or tools, so we have to find some other way to remove it. So, that means we gotta do some exploring, and, probably make some chemical compound to get rid of it. So, let's get started with that. Daniel has lost his memory. Alexander Brennenberg is a douche. And we have to kill him, but we have to get to him first. It's locked and will not open without a key. Got it. What about the laboratory? There we go. So I didn't mention it in the last video, but I want to try and do 15 to 20-minute videos for the most part. Anyway. I know that one was a little under 15, I think, but it's because it was a good place to stop. You stop. That's just dust. So, either 15-20 minutes, or if I find a good place to stop. Good rule of thumb to follow. I think so, at least. I see it. I want the oil. Thank you.
Someone's coming.
Hello? Are you remembering, Daniel? Oh, hello. Anything else? There's a box. Hey! The lack of chimney to properly vent the fumes for my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can to move them to the wine cellar. Okay, I need to find a key to the wine cellar then. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, hello.
There should be more cooperite. Let me see. And one part aquafortis.
Cuprite and Aquafortis. Ah. Ah. Oh god, that's bright. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I'm able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I am better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, or I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Is that so? Stand up, here we go. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compound lacked the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Calamine and orpiment are a given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regina instead of aqua fortis, and hope that it'll produce a more even solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I'll find an alchemic solution to my predicament. That sounds like exactly what I need. So, I need to find a way to the wine cellar. There's some stairs going upstairs in the central hall. I'll start there. Fuck you. I don't know why that startled me. Oh my god. I wonder why. Um, there's a door. What's this? Archives.
May 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more.
There probably
Later
is.
that evening,
Oh.
we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Stefan! I know YouTube lore. Hello? Oh, here we go. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander Baron of Brennenburg. The contract will reign for a total of 3 years when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services at the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal. Wilhelm, House of Garage. Isn't he the guy that did the scream? Ah! That's absolutely not it. I can't do the Wilhelm scream. Here. Close the door. Nothing?
17th of May,
Ah.
1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside.
That's not good.
I was trapped.
Yes, you are trapped. You're stuck inside of an ancient chamber with no way out. Why are these movable? Hello? And we got a... I was about to say, and we got a butt plug, but never mind. Someone's playing the piano. I was playing it pretty good. I need to turn the volume up a little bit. Just a little bit. That should be good. Hello there. Oil and tinderbox. Got 5 things of oil. Hell yeah. There's nothing else in here. Okay. Yeah, I heard that. I definitely heard. Fuck off. Oh. You know, this castle's a piece of shit. It's falling to pieces. Fantastic. Kingdom of Prussia. Central Prussia. Where's that? In... Yeah, whatever. Hello? Damn, I'm sorry for picking up a piece of paper. That was my bad.
1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
It's so bright. It's not letting me not look towards it.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Someone's playing the piano again. I must say, you're quite good at it. Hello?
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives,
I can tell.
it won't take long until things start falling apart.
I can tell.
Just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
My sanity's gone back up a little bit. Standing in the light while it's still daytime.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
So a timed oil. So a timed puzzle. Hallstatt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Altstadt. Deep within the East Prussian woods, for centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes is as picturesque as it can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you'll hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. I don't think it's entertainment for Daniel right now. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, rot by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and have described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling deep inside damp burlap sacks, dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Alstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During this stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstadt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who is this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The Immortal Baron. The Baron of Brandenburg lives a reclusive life with his family in this castle nearby Alstadt, and like most of those of noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. Isn't he still alive? The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring have never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle, along with the great leaders of this country. So what I'm hearing is Alexander is immortal. And unfortunately to say, that is all the time I got for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!